Greetings, friends. Jason here for AxodysFC, and finally got some rain. It's pretty good air quality. We have some dampness for the first time in over a month, I would say. Couldn't have come at a better time with all the wildfires that are in the general vicinity. Uh, but what I'm here to talk about is Tottenham stuff. The Tifo channel on YouTube had a great analysis of the uh, game with Man United this morning, and um, one of the things they talked about was, the way United started. They were pressing so high. It was, working fairly well, bothering us. And the thing that had struck me at the time is we were throughout the game, passing longer than I kind of expected. But in retrospect, tactically, that was kind of our adjustment. Actually, was to get more spacing so they couldn't press us so well, and it worked obviously quite well. And the key thing too is it wasn't like they were hoofing it long. They were just long direct passes that were there. We were getting wide, and it worked well. So even though sometimes I've had the impression that it was a lot of short passes, kind of like the tiki-taka style or whatever, it's more than that. It's what's presented to you, what fits the situation best, and it's about moving the ball to the open guys to get away from the pressure and to stress the defense, seemingly, and it worked out well. So anyway, I'd recommend checking out that video if you haven't seen it yet. The other immediate topic on everyone's mind is what is James Maddison's injury situation? Well, it sounds like it isn't actually an ankle or foot. It's more of a minor MCL kind of sprain in his knee, and I mean, it's even theoretically possible that he could play maybe on Saturday, but I don't think that's advisable if we can get away from it. And so hopefully, particularly going against Bournemouth, hopefully we're making the choice to rest him. And the obvious guy to plug into that spot would be Giovanni Lo Celso. And he had a great showing in the preseason, and I've been curious to see how he would do. He has yet to feature. And of course, the rumors coming around is he's unhappy that he hasn't played, that Ange had promised him something else and he wants out for sure now. I mean, some of this stuff is just, it's got to be nonsense. I mean, I have to think that going in, he knew that he was probably not the first choice in that role. And anyway, I'm curious to see how it shapes up. But my hope would be that he is getting that shot now this weekend, just as you would expect. Premier League it's a long season. It's a marathon. There will be injuries. There will be chances if you're that backup role. And the way Ange wants to play, I really do expect us to settle into more in-game substitutions, not playing guys the full 90 for sure. So anyway, I'm hopeful that all the talk of him being unhappy is just nonsense rumors, and we will get to see him at least one time in that spot. But if not, I mean, I'm sure Ange has a plan, and it will become clearer. That's the thing too about the season. It's so early. We really don't know the tendencies. Ange is figuring out things about his team. So much remains to be seen. Who will be featured, who will not. And so I'm not overly concerned. I am hoping that Lo Celso is sticking around and will do something good, but if he's in demand, we do need to get our numbers down across the squad. And I mean, if we can get some money for him too, it's to our benefit. So I see it kind of as a win-win. If he does get to play and contribute, great. He looked pretty good. If he's not going to contribute that way, hopefully he can, contribute to the transfer fee budget and free up the room on the squad. We've got to register 25, at the end of the window, and we have to get people out to make that happen. So one other interesting transfer note is that Celtics Jada signed with a Saudi team, fairly early in the summer, I want to say, or midsummer, for like a 25 million pound transfer fee. And word is he can basically leave on a free already, that his team doesn't want him anymore. Bizarre. And if he's available, though, I would think that and Tottenham would be interested, because he's that prototype winger type. He was very good for Celtic, and he would be an excellent backup to Sonny, potentially. I guess Manor considers himself the left-hand winger as well, but he's shown the ability to go on the right as well. Anyway, I don't know. Maybe we are covered there with Perisic as well, but definitely an interesting potential guy that's basically on a free right now is the crazy thing. So if we could get him for no transfer fee, isn't that a no-brainer? I don't know. I do think we need bolstering on the front line, but yeah, interesting. So what else did I want to cover tonight? Oh, just general thoughts on player evaluation. I think so often we see players get judged, and the way they're evaluated by people, like fans or pundits, is it's all about cherry picking their actions to bolster the argument that they've already preconceived, rather than looking what the player is actually doing, evaluating on the whole, pros and cons of what they're doing, or maybe what they can do. I feel like with Ange and good managers in particular, they're able to look at that big picture, and they're not looking to fulfill their agenda. Anyway, and I think more people should take that approach too, and take a look at, am I, reacting to this player because I've made this judgment about a player, and I'm looking to bolster my argument. But anyway, overall, not particularly eventful day, and looking forward to Bournemouth. That'll be an early game for me. I think like 4:30 game maybe. that I can handle though. So I am looking forward to it, and I'm looking forward to seeing new lineup tweaks and how things are getting adjusted. New players getting a little bit of more time, that kind of thing. Hopefully Maddison will just be out for a game, come back strong, and but on the other hand, if he needs to sit out too, gets that international break and comes back ready to go, that's fine too. These next two games theoretically are probably the best ones for him to take off if he has to. So I think we've got enough midfield depth that we can get by, but definitely need people like Lo Celso to step up if they're available. Anyway, oh, and one final note, our academy, U21's off to a 2-0 start with the start of the Premier League 2 season, and basically they're playing with Ange's style in that same mold and playing it very well. So I think that's super exciting that the way our academy teams are playing is aligned with how first team is playing, just in terms of preparing players and seeing how they could fit in the system and giving those young players the best shot at a path to the first team. Odds are not many will make it, but chances seem much stronger when you've got that unified system and that clear way of identifying how well they'll fit within what the team's trying to do. So hopefully their success will continue. I think part of that, it helps that they had Alfie Devine, I want to say. Other players have been doing well, but I think Alfie Devine played in that first couple. And most likely he'll be going out on loan. Hopefully, though, it will be a good fit because we've definitely had some disappointing outcomes for our loanees. And actually, that reminds me that it remains to be seen what's going to happen with our young striker. Why is his name escaping me? It's always so hard to think on the fly, especially when you're walking uphill well into this. Shoot. All right, well, I'll just have to do an edit of the video and supply them. But anyway, yeah, sounds like and just still, trying to just make a final few decisions. Obviously, the young players don't count against the under or the squad limits, the 25-member squad limits. So it could be of benefit to keep some around. Anyway, thanks again for tuning in. As always, like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.